Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Mare. I live in Oregon and I make videos about houseplants. Today is part of my houseplant spotlight series and I'm going to be talking about my Philodendron micans. It is right up here on this shelf, so let me show you a little peek of it. Actually, maybe we can just keep the camera there. I'm not very tall, so okay, you can still see me. So micans is definitely one of my favorite houseplants of all time. If I could, I would probably have a million of these growing. I have honestly gone through 2 of them before I got to this place. So if you are struggling with this plant, I don't think you're alone at all. I have come to find that it is a very easy plant once you know what care it likes. Figuring out the care that it likes can be tricky because, at least in my experience, when something happens that this plant doesn't like, it will pretty much drop all of its leaves and you can't really do too much to recover it unless you decide to propagate the whole plant, which I never ended up doing. You might be able to just cut the parts that are still green and propagate. That is something that I would suggest if you have a micans that is dying. Maybe try to save it doing that. But yeah, like I said, I did not end up doing that. So the first micans that I had, it lived for quite a while and then I overwatered it and then it got really bad and then it died very quickly. The second one that I got, I think it was also a watering issue, honestly. It might have been overwatering and it started dying and I considered maybe propagating it to save it and I just didn't because I didn't have time. So here we are, third mican. This plant actually really likes you to just forget about it. Similar to other philodendrons, but for some reason this one has been extra difficult for me. It's very, very picky about water and I'm not sure about light. I've pretty much only had it in either medium, bright light. So right now I would probably consider this, it's not bright indirect, but it's maybe like medium indirect lighting. Seems to do well in this lighting. For humidity, I don't have any humidifier near it and I never have. It seems to grow just fine without extra humidity. Right now it looks like the humidity is 54%, which is actually pretty low. Usually it stays around 60%, but I did have a window open earlier because it was a little warm in here, so I tried to get a breeze going. But this plant still does great in that humidity level. I think for me at least, it's been the watering that has been the trickiest for me. So I actually, similar to a syndapsis, for this plant will wait until the leaves start to curl or wrinkle just a little bit, and that's when I know it needs water. Unfortunately, I did just water this yesterday, so I can't really show you what that looks like. It does get stressed pretty easily. This leaf is turning a little bit yellow. I think that's just stress from the plant moving. I don't think that's a watering issue because it was yellow before I watered it. This is that yellow leaf I was talking about, I think is just due to stress from moving, but it is so pretty. The new leaves come out this kind of dark green red color, and then the older leaves start changing, and the veins, look at the veins on this. It's like neon green almost. Another cool thing about Philodendron micans is similar to other philodendrons, you can grow it on a moss pole if you want to. So it will end up getting pretty big leaves, I would assume, on a moss pole. I mean, these are already very, very big. They're just hanging, so I'm sure on a moss pole with more support, it would definitely encourage bigger leaf growth as well. And then the backs of the leaves are this gorgeous red color. So if you like heart-shaped leaves, velvet leaves, red backs, any of that stuff, this is a great plant to be on the lookout for. Just a pretty picky plant, and I have noticed that it will definitely tell you when it is unhappy. Other than it being a very tricky houseplant, this is one of my favorite houseplants. I'm not sure how easy it is to find in other places in the United States, but in Portland, in Oregon in general, I have seen them popping up a lot more. Price range that I found them to be, again, just in my area, has been around $15 to $20 depending on how big it is. Like maybe a 4-inch pot would be around $10 or $15, and of course it depends on the plant shop too. So that's about all I have about Philodendron micans. If you have a micans and you have some care tips for it, comment below. I'm sure that would help other people. And if you struggle with your micans, comment below with what you're struggling with, and maybe either myself or someone else can help. If you don't follow me on Instagram already, please do. I also have a Facebook page, which all of my posts from Instagram go directly to Facebook, so that if you don't have Instagram, you can still see my posts. And be sure to look out for a video next Wednesday. Thanks so much for watching.